ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरि ओम। Bhagavad Gita 15th chapter 6th verse। न तद् भासयते सूर्यो न शशांको न पावकः यद्गत्वा न निवर्तन्ते तद्धाम परमं मम। Here Sri Krishna gives an introduction about his own nature. Though he has been giving such statements throughout the Bhagavad Gita, but here he again says yat, where, gatva, going, na, not, nivartante, return, tat, that, suryaha, the sun, na, not, bhasayate, illumines, na, not, shashankaha, the moon, na, not, nor, pavakaha, fire, tat, that, mama, my, paramam, supreme, dhama, abode. So, that the sun does not illumine, nor that does the moon, nor fire illumines. That is my supreme abode. That is my supreme place. Going where, going to which place, or reaching the which place, they don't return. They means the people who were referred to in the previous verse, amudaha, the undeluded. They don't return. So once you have conquered delusion, you go to the Paramam Dhama, supreme abode, which is my supreme abode. Say Sri Krishna says, my supreme abode. And going there, that is something which is the ultimate principle, Brahman. And there you don't have sun or moon or fire cannot illumine it, because it is Swayam Prakashah. It illumines itself. It is self-illumining. And Yadgatvana Nivartante, where going where people don't return, because then there is no need to return, all the bonds are cut. So Yadgatva na Nivartante, going there nobody returns. Mamai vamsho jiva loke jiva bhutah sanatanah manashashtan indriyani prakritisthani karshati. Mama eva, of me, sanatanah, eternal, amshah, portion, jiva bhutah, becoming a soul, individual soul, prakritisthani, abiding in Prakriti, Mana Shasthani, with mind as the sixth, Indriyani, the five senses, Jiva Loke, in the world of life, Karshati, draws. So here, Sri Krishna tries to give us an idea about how Brahman, Atman or Chaitanya, consciousness, how that which is Satchit Ananda, that is absolute existence, absolute consciousness and absolute bliss, how does that become an individual soul? How does that become trapped in ignorance? That here Sri Krishna wants to explain. He says, Mama eva sanatana amshah. It is my ansha, portion or part, which is eternal. It is my ansha. Mama eva sanatana amshah, jiva bhutah, becomes a living soul. Prakritisthani, and is in Prakriti, abides in Prakriti. Manasashtani, with mind as the sixth indriya or sixth sense organ, and the five sense organs. Jiva Loke, in the world of life, Karshati, draws to itself. So, it is my eternal portion which becomes a living being or a living soul, Jivatma, in this world of life, and it then draws to itself the five senses and the sixth sense being the mind and abides in Prakriti. So, the Supreme Self, an aspect of Supreme Self, manifests itself in every living being as the Karta and Bhokta, as the doer, the agent of a particular action, and the experience of particular thing, Bhokta. And they are limited by the adjuncts which are created, adjuncts or upadhi, which are created by ignorance. But this ignorance is not real, it is unreal. And so, because ignorance is unreal, anything which is created by ignorance is also obviously unreal. And so, essentially, individual soul and the Supreme Soul are same. That is why it is said, Tattvamasi or Aham Brahmasmi, etc. So, the idea is, if we take a jar, then there is space outside the jar also, and there is space inside the jar also. The jar seemingly restricts the space, but can jar actually restrict space? It cannot. But seemingly, apparently, the jar restricts space. When the jar apparently restricts space, then there is a difference in space because of the jar. But the space contained in the jar is not different from the space outside the jar. And if the jar is broken, then there is no difference. And so the jar becomes the cause of limitation of space. But again, can space be limited? It cannot be limited. So it is apparent limitation of space. So here our jar is the body and the mind and the sense organs. Because of ignorance, because of Maya, Vidya, etc., we wrongly identify ourselves with the body and the sense organs. And so we think that we are the body, mind, etc. But are we in truth body and mind? No, we are not. But we have wrongly mistaken ourselves, wrongly understood ourselves to be body and the mind. And so this problem comes. But a person who has understood that one is not the body and the mind, that person attains to Brahman. But even this body and the mind, they cannot come into existence but for the supreme reality or the ultimate principle. So that is why Sri Krishna says it is by my Sanatanaha Amsha, by my eternal part that this is created. Then he says, Shariram yadavapnoti yachapyutkramat ishvaraha grihaitvaitāni sanyati vayur gandha nivashayat. Ishvaraha, the Lord, yat, when shariram, a body, avapnoti, obtains, yat, when, cha, and api, also, utkramati, leaves, vayuhu, the wind, ashayat, from their seeds, gandhan, the scents, iva, as, etani, these, grihitva, taking, sanyati, goes. So when the Lord or when God or Brahman obtains a body, and then when God leaves it, God takes these body and goes. As when there is wind and there are many plants with flowers. When wind comes, wind takes the perfume or smell or scent of those flowers and goes away. So if somebody is standing at a distance from the plants also can get the smell of the flowers, because wind is carrying the scent. That is why wind is called Gandha Vahaka. So wind is the carrier of scent. So it is carrying the scent. Why is it carrying the scent? Because the scent is there and wind moves. So wind moves, so it takes the scent and it carries. Similarly, when it is said Lord, Ishvara here means actually Jivatma, the individual soul. So when the individual soul takes a body and stays there and then dies, then that individual soul, when it leaves the body, that individual soul takes some tendencies in the mind. The Sukshma Sharira travels from one body to the other. What is the Sukshma Sharira? Sukshma Sharira is mind, Mana, Buddhi, Ahankara, Chitta. Mana, mind, intellect, ego and Chitta, where one's samskaras or impressions are stored. So it is carried from one body to the other. It is carried from one body to the other. Just like wind carries scent from one place to the other. Shrotram chakshuhu sparshanam cha rasanam ghranam cha adhisthaya manaschayam vishayan upasevate. So when this body carries, when the body goes away, the subtle body, Sukshma Sharira, is carried by the individual soul. That is why we see different people being born with different tendencies. So nobody is a tabula rasa, means nobody is a blank slate. Tabula rasa. Nobody is a tabula rasa. Everybody is born with some samskaras. And these samskaras or tendencies are brought from the previous lifetimes. And that is why we see prodigies also. Someone from a child, from the childhood itself can sing very nicely. Someone can understand things of, say, science in depth. So these prodigies come because of their previous experiences in previous lifetimes. Shrotram chakshuhu sparshanam cha rasanam ghranam cha adhisthaya manaschayam vishayan upasevate. I am this, that is this Atman or Jivatma. Shrotram, the ear. Chakshuhu, the eye. Sparshanam, the organ of touch. Rasanam, the organ of taste. Cha, and Ghranam, the organ of smell. Evacha, as also. Manaha, the mind. Adhisthaya, presiding over. Vishayan, objects, that is sense objects. Upasevate, experiences. So this individual soul, what does it do? It presides over the ear, it presides over the eye, it presides over touch, taste and smell, and also it presides over mind, and it experiences different sense objects. So basically the individual soul is experiencing different objects through the mind and through its sense organs. Utkramantam sthitam vapi bhunjanam va gunanvitam vimudha nanu pashyanti jnana chakshushaha. Utkramantam, so transmigrating, that is from one body to another, moving from one body to another, that is transmigration because of different lifetime. So janana marana chakra, the cycle of repeated birth and death. Sthitam, residing. Vapi, or Bhunjanam, experiencing. Gunanvitam, united with the three gunas, sattva, rajas and tamas. Vimudaha, the deluded, na, do not, anupashyanti, see. See what? Individual soul. Jnana chakshushaha, those who have the eye of knowledge or wisdom, pashyanti, they see the individual soul. So from when a soul is transmigrating, transferring itself from one body to the other, when a soul does that, when it transfers or moves from one body to the other, or when it resides in the same body. When does a soul move from one body to the other? When one lifetime is over, when the body perishes, when the body dies. Or when the body is living, that soul is staying there. What does it do? It experiences. And when united with the gunas, it experiences. But when this happens, the deluded, those who are having ajnana, they don't see that it is the individual soul which is doing this. They see that it is the body and the mind which is doing this. So they don't see the true nature of a person. They see the deluded version. That is, they see that the body and the mind and prana, etc. are doing this. But one who has the wisdom, eye of wisdom. Eye of wisdom means one who has understood Atman, one who has understood Brahman. That person knows that it is not the body or the mind which is doing it. It is the individual soul. It is Brahman which is wrongly understood because of ajnana or ignorance to be this body and the mind. So in the Adhyasa Bhashya, that is his introduction, Shankaracharya's introduction to the commentary, his commentary on the Brahma Sutras, which is famously called Adhyasa Bhashya, he tells this, he's surprised, he's amazed. He says, Tama Prakashavat, just like darkness and light cannot go together. It is completely illogical. It is completely impossible for light and darkness to go together. Though it is impossible, though it is illogical, still what do we see? We do see that people confuse or superimpose or mistake one for the other. Itara adhyasa. So people, they confuse consciousness for matter, matter for consciousness. Why does this happen? Though we are always very near to the Atman, our true reality, Brahman, and also this Brahman or Atman or consciousness, Chaitanya, is manifested through our different activities, different functions, but still very few can actually see or understand or perceive Brahman. Why? Because they are upasevate, they are experiencing sense objects and they are going behind sense objects. So one has to go beyond sense objects to understand one's true nature. But generally most of us, we go behind these sense objects. We follow these sense objects. We follow the senses. And that is why we are unable to see. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.